Hi, my name is Bohdan and today we are starting our Pragmatics course. I will make a general overview over this subject. Pragmatics deals with the nature of language usage or contextual meaning of language expression and passes along history to establish its own identity in the world academic arena. The origin of pragmatic interpretation of language lies in philosophy of language, a branch of philosophy enriched with the contribution of philosophers' writings dedicated to inquire into the nature, origin, and usage of language. Though the history of philosophy of language possesses almost the entire time span of linguistic study, including ancient Indian, Greco-Roman, Chinese, and Arabian contribution to modern analysis, pragmatic schools of linguistics thought starts mainly in the 50s of the last century. And the tradition of philosophy of language comprises two very famous schools of thought, ideal school of philosophy and ordinary school of philosophy. The former school originated by the philosophers Gottlob Frege, Alfred Tarski, and Bertrand Russell, and they tried to study the logical system of artificial intelligence, which consequently turns into the development of formal semantics. The latter school of thought, on the other hand, flourished at Oxford in the 1950s. J. Austin himself and H. P. Grice, a follower of Austin, developed the theory of speech acts and theory of conversational implicature, respectively, in this tradition. There were other famous followers as well as philosophers of language as Peter Strawson, John Searle, and Ludwig Wittgenstein. In their approaches to language study, they were profoundly interested in eliciting various aspects of language, like meaning, form, and origin, from symbolic logic to the straightforward scientific observation and analysis. Next, what about connections between pragmatics and semantics? Semantics, one of the core fields in linguistics, also concerns about meaning of various linguistic components as its focal area of investigations. And while semantics incorporates sentence meaning or the grammatical meaning of a sentence, pragmatics extracts the meaning of utterance, which includes both sentence and context. Semantics deals with the literal meaning of words and the meaning of the way they are combined, which is taken together from the core of meaning or the starting point from which the whole meaning of a particular utterance is constructed. Pragmatics deals with all the ways in which literal meaning must be refined, enriched, or extended to arrive at an understanding of what a speaker meant in uttering a particular expression. What about the connections between semiotics and pragmatics? Charles Morris first used the term pragmatics as a branch of semiotics in the 1930s. Later, this term was taken in linguistics for granted as a name of one of its core branches dealing with usage of language. Morris, in fact, isolates semiotics into three different branches: syntax, semantics, and pragmatics. According to his interpretation, syntax deals with the formal relation of signs to one another, semantics denotes the study of the relations of signs to the objects to which signs are applicable, and finally pragmatics incorporates the study of the relation of signs to interpreters. What about different schools? The studies of pragmatics are divided into two big schools: British American School and European Continental School, which can be subdivided into French School, Prague School, and Copenhagen School. British and American School is traditionally centering on studying the sentence structure and grammar, and their studies of pragmatics are also restricted to several definite topics such as dialectic expressions, conversational implicature, presupposition, speech acts, and conversational structures. And European Continental School has a wider interest, and their studies include even conversational analysis, cultural anthropology, social linguistics, psycholinguistics, and so on. That's all for now. Subscribe, comment, and see you.